Hi all and welcome to snowy Helsinki. I am Sanna. Today we are going to go through some main sites in Helsinki. And we start here in Turlock. We are at Sibelius Monument, which is the big thing behind me. It was designed by Eila Hiltunen in 1967. It is made for Jean Sibelius, who is one of the main composers in Finland. And it kind of represents church organs. And in 1967 it was anyway considered a very modern thing. And the church organs are a little bit like off from Sibelius, since he actually didn't write music to organs. So Hiltunen added this, which is the face of Sibelius, to make it more clear to whom it's dedicated for. And I have heard that you can make your own music by shouting into those tubes, but I have not tried it, so I think we have to try. Oh. Okay, we are now here in Temppeliaukio Church, which is also called the Rock Church. We stand on top of the church now, and the church is excavated straight into the solid rock, and that is its dome. So that's basically almost the only thing that you can see from the church on the outside. It was completed in 1969 and designed by architect brothers Timo and Tuomo Suomalainen. And it is a very interesting church because not many churches are underground. So definitely this is a place you want to visit. It is still a working Lutheran church, but on top of that they have like concerts and stuff inside because apparently the acoustic is really good. So this is Amus Rex Museum. It gets its name from Amos Andersson, this Swedish-speaking Finnish businessman. He also was a newspaper publisher and a patron of the arts. He started this foundation in 1940, and the foundation still carries out his work, also on other fields like on culture, but on this museum as well. And this is actually the roof of the museum, so it gets some natural light through the tubes. And the museum was finished in 2018, so it is relatively new. And if you visit Helsinki, you definitely want to come to check at least the roof, because in the summertime you'll get really nice pictures out here. So now we are in Kiasma, and Kiasma was built in 1998. It is designed by American architect Stephen Hall. But first, let's take one detail from outside. This is a statue of Marshal Mannerheim. He was the leader, one of the leaders of the winning side in Finnish Civil War in 1918, and he was later elected as president in Finland. And his statue is here by Mannerheimintie, which is named after him. Kiasma is the biggest modern art museum in Helsinki, and architect Stephen Hall designed it according to the light and the flow of the building. So it is actually a very interesting building to visit. It hosts some really big modern art exhibitions, but unfortunately it's now under renovation until 2022. This is the Central Library Oodi, and it was built in 2018. During the normal times, you can do a lot of stuff here. You can use 3D printers, sewing machines, game consoles, and there's a lot of multifunctional spaces inside. Of course, also books. But now it's the corona restrictions, so we can barely go in. So this is Helsinki Music Center. The building of it was initiated by the students of Sibelius Academy, the university-level music school here in Helsinki. And they started the planning already in 1992, but the building actually was finished only in 2011. The building was quite controversial. Here used to be these old train magazines, that used to be like a cultural site in Helsinki. And the other thing that was a bit controversial was the budget. It ended up costing it like 189 million euros, which was a lot of money. And many people thought that it could have been used for something else too. We are now at Finlandia Hall. It was built in the 70s and it is designed by very famous Finnish architect Alvar Aalto. It is coated with marble and it is quite a sight to see. It hosts various events, for example official galas, but on top of that like entertainment. This spring there should be performing, for example, stand-up comedian Ismo Leikola and RuPaul's Drag Race winner Trixie Mattel. So now we are in Turlock area, and the walking trail around Turlock is actually very popular amongst people who live in Helsinki center. You can see there the National Finnish Opera and Ballet, so you can easily walk from here to there, and behind it is the stadium and its tower. On this side are the old villas. They were built around 1890. That's when the rich people wanted to live like in the country but still kind of in the city. And there are some nice cafes during summer, so it's worth a visit. Behind it is Linnanmäki Amusement Park, which is the amusement park in Helsinki. So it is also kind of a walking distance from here. During the summer, this area is water, and you can see some swans and other birds here. But of course now it's frozen and people walk there, which might not be the most smartest thing, but definitely it's a brave thing to do. Then again, you really need to know if the ice is thick enough, or otherwise you'll take a bath. So behind me is Ateneo. It's a very famous art museum and it houses some of the biggest paintings in Finnish history. For example, Akseli Kaleen Kallela's Kalevala-based paintings and Hugo Timberg's Wounded Angel. Okay, and this is the Central Railway Station. It was designed by Eliel Saarinen in the early 20th century. And its clock on the tower actually shows the exact time, so that's always right. So, this is the National Theatre, and it is the oldest Finnish-speaking theatre in the whole country. It started already in 1872. And in front of it sits Aleksis Kivi. So he was a very famous Finnish author and his statue is here. So this is Casino Helsinki. And then on these bars, their terraces form kind of the biggest terrace in Helsinki in the summertime. Now we are at the Senate Square. This is kind of dominated by 4 buildings designed by Carl Engel. That's the main building of University of Helsinki, still under renovation a bit. Behind there, the tower, is the National Finnish Library. This huge building behind me is Helsinki Cathedral, and that is Governmental Palace. And these 4 buildings are built by the same architect. Then in the corner, the grey building, that's the oldest stone building in Helsinki, called Cederholm House. Helsinki Cathedral, it was built in 1852, and it is definitely the most impressive building in Helsinki, I would say. People take a lot of photos from it from here, but also from top of the stairs you have a really nice view over this area of Helsinki. So this is the statue of Tsar Alexander II, and this was built in 1894, and then Finland was still a part of Russia. And Tsar Alexander II was actually really pro-Finnish culture and also made Finland like more autonomic from Russia. So that's why his statue is standing here. Then this area in front of me is called Torikorttelit. And this area is filled with small shops, interesting restaurants, and like small cocktail places and cafes. So this is definitely worth a visit and good place to have a break when you're walking in Helsinki.